The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
Yeah, so it's all about drilling. We want to get the projects drill ready, which we should be able to do quite easy, and then start putting some holes in the ground. We're here to make a discovery.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Blake Morgan. He's the CEO of Western Star Resources. Blake, very good to meet you. For viewers new to Western Star, could you briefly explain what the company does and how it stands out among junior miners?
Yeah, certainly. So we're a junior mining company out of Canada. We have two projects. We have our Western Star project, which is a CRD project in British Columbia. We've got our drill permits already approved on that property. Then we have recently announced past producing tungsten mine in Nevada. So that's our focus. And then also we have an amazing share structure. So I'll just quickly touch on that. We only have 14.6 million shares out. I'm personally the number one shareholder, and management own over 65% of the shares. So we really believe in these projects, and we're looking to get out on the ground as soon as possible and start getting to work and start putting some drills into these assets.
As you mentioned, the Roland projects in Nevada, your most recent acquisition or the option to acquire that mine. How does that fit into your portfolio, and how does it position you in North America for tungsten?
Yeah, so we were looking at critical metals for a while, and we've seen a bit of an issue. There's not one producing tungsten mine in North America. China own 83% of all production. So we were looking at what was happening in the governments, North America and worldwide, and we decided to sort of make a move into that critical metal sort of region. And Nevada was the place we wanted to go. It's super mining friendly, easy to get permits. And we knew that in the 40s and 50s, there was some really, really good past producing tungsten mines. So what we did was we started to reach out and talk to some of these companies. And we were lucky enough to find a company that had some really, really quality past producing tungsten mines. So we signed an LOI with them. Over the last month, we've been doing some fantastic due diligence. And some of the stuff we're seeing is absolutely amazing. So we've now got an option on the Roland property. The Roland property is just out of Elk country, so around 60 to 70 kilometers from Reno. All road access, so no helicopters, cheap exploration. Now, this was producing back in the 40s and 50s, and we're talking around 3 to 3.5%. So that's around 10 to 15 times the national average, which is around 0.2%. So we noticed there was, something missing in that tungsten market, and we made the move. So we've got this property now. We're looking to get guys out on the ground. Tungsten is very easy to explore. If you know where to go, which we do, we've got multiple adits on the property. So you can basically walk down these, shine your torch on the wall, and you can see the tungsten. So we know there's some good grades there. And it's going to be quite simple. Get guys out on the ground as soon as possible, do some geophysics, do some channel sampling, get some drill targets, and get drilling. That's what we want to do. So 2026, we're looking to get the first drill in the ground, hopefully around Christmas, maybe at the start of 2026. We'll have guys doing the geophysics. We'll be getting those channel samples. We'll be digging into the tungsten property and then looking to drill. Very straightforward.
Like, you recently launched a private placement to raise up to $1.5 million. How do you plan to deploy those funds to take those projects forward?
Yeah, so we recently announced the $1.5 million, which we are way oversubscribed, and we're hoping we should close that this week, which would be fantastic. So what we're going to do, very simple, get guys out in the ground, like I mentioned, do some work on the tungsten property. We also have our fantastic Western Star property as well. So that is in British Columbia. We already have drill permits approved on that one. It's a CRD project, so critical metals. We're talking copper, zinc, lead, gold, and silver. The grades we have on this property are astronomical. We have 6 kilometers of strike. So basically very similar to the tungsten property. Get guys out in the ground. We're going to channel sample the whole 6 kilometers. When you walk on this mineralisation, because it's on surface, you can actually see native gold, silver, and copper on the surface. So we know there's some fantastic grades there, but we know they're on the surface. And now what we need to do, channel sample, find the nicest spots, and then look to drill. What's exciting there is it's going to be very shallow drilling. CRD projects are very shallow. So we're going to pop some drills in the ground, hopefully 50 or 60 holes, and start going through. So with the capital, get both projects drill ready and basically prepare to drill on both projects in 2026.
I mean, looking at 2026, what's your vision for Western Star, both in Canada and the US?
Yeah, so it's all about drilling. We want to get the projects drill ready, which we should be able to do quite easy, and then start putting some holes in the ground. We're here to make a discovery. We're going to go aggressive. We've got the $1.5 million, which we've gone over. I think it's 1.6, maybe even 1.7. So we'll deploy that capital into the projects, get them drill ready, and start putting some holes in the ground, and hopefully make some fantastic discoveries. That's what we're going to see in 2026.
Well, Blake, I hope you'll keep us abreast of your developments. Thank you very much for the introduction today.
Thank you very much for having me on, and I look forward to speaking with you again.
Blake Morgan, the CEO of Western Star Resources.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.